So moving from one state to another that you've never been to or don't really have any knowledge of can be super stressful. I've been living in Louisiana most of my life, but if I were just moving here for the first time, I think there are some things that I would want to know first. So that's what we're talking about in this video. I'm going to be telling you about some of the things that I would want to know if I were moving to the Baton Rouge area. Here we go. Hey guys, Shaun Ramos here. Welcome to the channel. This is Living in Louisiana, where we're talking everything you need to know when it comes to what it's like moving to or living in Louisiana. So if that's what you're looking for, make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell. And in case you didn't know, I am a licensed realtor in the state of Louisiana. And as much as I do love making these videos for you guys, what I really love is to help you with your real estate needs. So that number that's popping up on your screen right now is the best way that you can reach me. I'm here to be a resource for you. If there's anything you need when it comes to making the move to Louisiana, don't hesitate to reach out. So the idea from this video came from helping some of you guys that found me on this channel move here to the Baton Rouge area from states all over the country. And there are certain questions that I get a lot of, either as comments on this channel on the videos or from emails for you guys. So without further ado, let's get into some of the questions that I would be asking if I were gonna move here. Number one is, how's the economy or how's the job market? Now, from what I'm seeing and hearing out there, there's a big need for workers in the Baton Rouge area. And if you go online and search to see what the economy's like here, you're gonna find things like Baton Rouge is one of the most cost-effective mid-sized cities for business in the country. Or Baton Rouge has one of the nation's lowest costs for doing business. Or Baton Rouge is in the top 10 fastest growing metro economies in the United States. There are multiple really big industries in the Baton Rouge area where you can find higher paying jobs. Industries like construction, healthcare, education, and government jobs. And the petrochemical industry is huge in this area. You've got big global companies like ExxonMobil, Shell, BASF, Honeywell, and in those huge companies there are a variety of jobs that you could have. Anything from management, supervision, safety, operations, engineering, and maintenance. And in addition to actually working for one of these companies, there are also tons of companies that have contract workers that do jobs in all these different plants. And you don't have to be super highly skilled to have all of these jobs. There are people who work fire watch, who sit on a bucket with a fire extinguisher and just make sure that on hot jobs, a fire doesn't start. And these people may be making $30-something an hour.
Well, that's not that bad.
Fun fact, before I found my true calling of being a real estate agent and helping you guys, I actually used to work inside these plants. I started out at a company as a truck driver, worked my way into a more safety/manager role. And from there, I went on to work inside the plant in operations. And I thought that's where I wanted to be and was gonna stay for the rest of my career, but I stumbled into real estate and here I am helping you guys. The second question I would want to ask myself before I move to Baton Rouge is, can I afford to live there? So let's talk about the cost of living in Baton Rouge and answer the question, is it really affordable? And the answer is obviously going to be, it depends, largely from where you're coming from. Now, if you're coming from a city like South Bend, Indiana, where the median home price is about $88,000 and the median rent is about $814, Baton Rouge may seem like a little more of an expensive area. Same thing if you're coming from a city like Memphis, Tennessee, where the median home price is about $107,000 and the average rent is about $915. But if you're coming from a place like New York City, where the median home price is about $850,000 and the average rents are about $1,500, Baton Rouge is gonna seem pretty affordable. If you're coming from Boston, Massachusetts, where the median home price is about $751,000 and the average rents are about $1,700, Baton Rouge is gonna be great. The most up-to-date information that I can find online says the US median home price right now is about $416,000 and the median rent is about $1,500 a month. But here in the Baton Rouge area, the median home price is about $259,000 and the median rents are closer to about $1,100 a month.
That's much better.
So here's what I've been seeing from you guys that have reached out from this channel and I've helped move here to the area. For the most part, the people are coming from higher price markets where the homes here are really affordable. And I think for the most part, people have been pleasantly surprised with what you can get for your money here. So the Baton Rouge area does have a really good cost of living. So the answer to the question, can you afford to live here? You probably can. The third question I would be asking if I were moving to Baton Rouge, or really any city, is it safe? Okay, let me be honest with you here. If you go online and start searching for crime statistics in Baton Rouge, you're gonna find that the statistics aren't very favorable. It's been a thing here in Baton Rouge for a while, and in New Orleans, that the murder statistics were on the high end. But I just read an article that said that last year we saw a 23% decline, and that this year we're on pace for another 20% decline. So things are definitely getting better, but they're just never gonna be perfect. There's not a city out there that doesn't have some sort of crime problems. And in every case, the bigger the city, the more crime there is. But I can tell you about my experience. I've lived in or around Baton Rouge just about my whole life. I don't live in Baton Rouge right now, but I live just outside of Baton Rouge, but we're there all the time. I'm out there all the time, my kids, my wife. And I can tell you 100% that we're not feeling like our safety is in jeopardy every time we step into Baton Rouge. Besides that one time where my vehicle got stolen because I left the keys in it and left the door open and walked away, I've never personally experienced any issues. Now, there's no doubt that here in Baton Rouge, just like any other city, there are areas of the city that are gonna have higher crime rates. And there is a resource that I send to people when I'm asked this question that will show by areas of town what the crime statistics look like. So if that's something you'd be interested in, let me know. You can shoot me a text, shoot me an email, and I'll send that link over to you. But safety is such a subjective thing. What one person's comfortable with may be completely uncomfortable for another person. So while I am limited to what I can actually say about an area's safety because of the rules that we have in place as real estate agents, my opinion doesn't really matter to you anyway. Okay, the fourth question that I would be asking if I were moving to Baton Rouge is, will I like the culture? Okay, so here are some things that come to mind when I think of Baton Rouge. It's very much a college sports town. We don't have any professional sports here. You're gonna have to go to New Orleans if you want professional football or basketball. If you're looking for pro baseball, the closest place you're gonna find is Houston, about 4.5 hours away. But we do have some big time college sports here. So LSU is gonna be the big school in the area that's most nationally known. And we've also got smaller schools like Southern University. And Baton Rouge has some really fun traditions. This is a place where people like to celebrate, and there are multiple festivals throughout the year. Probably the most well-known being Mardi Gras. And Baton Rouge is a place where people like to eat. If you're into good food, you're gonna love it here. There are tons of great restaurants with any kind of food you can think of, but then it also seems like everybody here is a cook. Everyone's got their thing, whether it's a jambalaya, a gumbo, an etouffee, or the way that they boil their crawfish. So as much as I do love to go out and enjoy a good restaurant, my favorite thing is just getting together with a big group of friends or family and having a big crawfish boil. And you've got downtown Baton Rouge where there's so much to do. From the new state capitol to the old state capitol museum and other museums. There's lots of arts and theaters, tons of great restaurants and bars for your nightlife. There are multiple casinos downtown. And there's also the Mississippi River Levee Trail, which starts downtown and goes for 13 miles down past LaBerge Casino. And if you're into the outdoors, this is gonna be your place. Louisiana is referred to as a sportsman's paradise because all year long there's hunting, fishing, golf, really any outdoor sports and activities. So my daughter plays softball. She plays on a tournament team and on our high school team, and they play all year long. And don't get me wrong, during the winter we have our cold snaps. There are some cold weekends out there, but for the most part, we're looking at either some nice weather or a lot of times really hot weather. But it's not like we're getting snowed in here in Baton Rouge. All right, guys, so those are the questions I would be asking if I were moving here from another state. If there's any questions that you have, don't hesitate to reach out. That number that's popping up on your screen right now is the best way that you can reach me. I'm here to be a resource for anything you need, so don't hesitate. If you have any questions or if you just need to make a move, let me know. I'm happy to help you in any way I can. And guys, if you haven't done it yet, make sure you subscribe, click the notification bell, do all the YouTube stuff. That really helps a lot. You guys have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you on the next video.